What's up, guys? It's Raw Healing Food, and I just wanted to give you a testimony basically of how my journey has gone, what happened to me when I changed my diet onto just this raw, healthy diet. So what happened was, a few years ago, I realized I was getting too big. I was only like 17 and I thought I was fat, and honestly I was almost getting into that realm of overweight according to like the charts that are standard for overweight, which is probably even bigger than is healthy. So I thought I was getting unhealthily fat and realized I was. I saw examples of people, especially on YouTube and online, who looked really healthy and thin, and I thought, you know, this is probably gonna be the best way for me to experiment to see, you know, what's better for my body. And I've always heard fruits and vegetables are better. So I actually went and did a whole 30-day raw food only fast. So I did raw vegan. I don't know if I messed up. I might have added in some beans, rice, maybe even a meat like what's it called, like an oyster or clam. But pretty much I was 100% raw during that whole month, and that was the start of huge changes. I saw all these differences, and I'm just going to share some of the things that have changed, not just during that period, but like ever since I've been, you know, I've been going back and forth between, you know, eating bread and cheese and crap and eating raw vegan living foods. The first thing was that I did lose weight a little bit. Just gradually started without trying, just eating as much as I wanted. Not going hungry. I just started losing a little bit of weight. And more than that, I just had a flatter stomach. You don't see the numbers drop off so much as you just look at yourself and you look better. And probably the biggest thing was my skin after that. I had acne that, it wasn't like a ton of acne, not as bad as, say, my sister, but I had a lot of spots on my face. I still have some on my legs. The pimples on my bottom have gone away a lot. Everywhere I had pimples. Right here, this is seriously gone away. And my face right now, like, it's only got like maybe one pimple, and I have not been eating 100% healthy, just almost like 90% maybe. But those pimples come right back when you start eating poorly. And so does the dry skin. Your skin is going to be so much healthier. Mine just moistened right up. You don't even need to drink a lot more water. Just the liquid that's in all these fruits, they're big and bulky with a high percentage of water. So that moistens your skin, and then it's cleaner and forming less acne and pus because you're not eating pus-forming foods. Your skin is an organ of detoxification, so my acne basically immediately diminished. Another thing, I didn't even realize that I was constipated, but now I know that it wasn't slipping right out like it was supposed to. It's a totally different way to eat and a totally different way to defecate. It sounds kind of gross, but it's a really good thing when you learn, like, your body doesn't have to be like that. A lot of us have never experienced such a clean body as you will when you start eating lots and lots of fruits, vegetables, seeds, just start cutting out all those things that we know are junk food. And the smell of my body was less. Not just down there, but armpits, let's see, breath. I sometimes would have horrible morning breath, sometimes less than others, but when I eat healthy, my morning breath is way less. And I've heard of people who go long enough on a raw vegan diet where they don't need to use deodorant or anything anymore. I'm not at that stage, but I noticed a huge decrease in my personal body smell. And I could then smell everything around me better. I don't know if it was like maybe 2/3 the way through that first 30-day fast feast really of raw food, but I could start to smell like toilet paper across the room and stuff, and like all kinds of weird stuff. I just knew like, wow, I can, my senses are better. My sense of smell mainly. And another thing that sounds really weird, but I just noticed it, is I think my eyes were lightening. And that caused me to look up on the internet, like, is that true? Can your eyes really lighten? I was like flabbergasted, but then I started thinking about babies, like how many babies are born with these rich blue eyes, and later it changes. But I think it might be true that your eyes can lighten depending on what you eat. And it's a good thing, because according to this iridology, or your iris, the color part, there's all kinds of people who study the patterns and stuff in there. So if it's brown in the middle, that could indicate your colon. And you can see it when you look at your eye, especially in bright sunlight, like really good lighting. You might notice that the colors, the yellow and the brown, is in front of your iris. So I think that was one of the changes, was my eyes lightening. I remember they were always very dark brown when I was growing up, and now they're definitely hazel. And I'm gonna keep watching that and see if it changes, and that's one of the reasons why I actually wanna like get on this all the way to see the full changes that a raw vegan diet can do. And let's see what else changed. A fog, a mental fog that I never knew was there, was lifted. You know those moments when you just like, you feel really dumb, you can't communicate, you can't connect your thoughts, like those have seriously reduced. I just feel more clear, and actually when it's been a long time and you're all cleaned out, you start to feel like a head high from eating the right foods. They're full of energy, and your brain just zings, like you don't feel tired. It's not to do with sleep though, it's like a different kind of clarity. It's just insane. It's like you just forgot how dim you were until you see the light. It's just in your mind. And I think one of the reasons for that is a more alkaline diet. Nothing that's good for you is going to be acidic. And it's actually got to do with the pH levels. It's got to do with hydrogen. That element is the lightest element, and I'm going to talk more about that later with pH water. Just kind of give a review on it. But yeah, that mental fog was a huge deal to me. It helped in school. It helped, just being a more normal person. So let's see. That's about it, but I'm gonna get into more of the not directly body things, but like your cravings. I changed seriously. Like when I first started trying to do this, it was extremely difficult, and the longer you do it, the easier it gets. I started to crave foods better. Like I could tell what my body wanted more, and after a while I started to not see like a hamburger as food. Like I would see this yellow bun or something, and it wouldn't be appealing to me. It didn't feel in my brain like food anymore. Whereas at the beginning it did. I was like, oh, that looks so good. But I promise after a while, you'll start to crave the right things. You won't be wanting, you won't be affected by commercials and stuff as much. You won't be walking around seeing all the advertisements and feel hopeless forever. You will actually start to get into a mode, maybe after 30 days or so, of it'll just become a habit. And not even a habit as much as just your brain knows what to do with the right foods, so it knows the wrong ones haven't helped it in the past. And let's see, those cravings, like it's not just the certain foods, it's led to other things. Like I have gradually turned into more of a hippie. Like I just want to learn about all the natural ways to care for your body. I started getting more interested in stuff like soap, what you put on your skin. I started to learn about stuff like pillows, how you sleep. Sleep is very important for health, and when you have the proper nutrition, you sleep better and you have a better sense of exercise. Like I don't exercise, like I don't want to like go out and run a marathon or anything. Sometimes I do, but I think if you do really get on a raw vegan lifestyle, you are gonna all of a sudden have a ton of energy to exercise, whereas before you didn't want to. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is sleep, and just getting enough exercise to where you're getting your digestion to work. So what that looks like is either walking or like jumping on a trampoline or something, and it's not a lot of exercise, but it's just enough to get your blood flowing and your digestion. With gravity just takes it down the channel, down your alimentary canal, and whereas before you were just sitting there, maybe even with tight pants or something, cramping up, like now it's not bloated, it just goes right through. And I want to do a little bit of exercising, not much, but it's really easy stuff. It's not like I'm sweating or anything. You just need enough exercise to get that flowing, and that's what happened to me. Let's see, is there anything else? My hair got less greasy. Speaking of soaps, like I don't know if it was just less washing of the hair or the whole diet, but along with, it's the same glands that make you smelly under your armpits and, you know, give you pus. It's, your hair also can be less grease forming. I know some people in my family have super greasy pores, and I thought I had really greasy pores relatively, like not as much as some of them, but it was what I was eating. All of a sudden you literally don't need to wash your head as much. Let's see, so that is basically my little testimony. I can't ever see myself going back to fully giving in to cravings of like that standard American diet. Like I can't ever see myself eating fast food again. Like that's just poison. Like I love how I feel, how I smell, how my acne looks, everything when I am eating more fruits and vegetables and seeds and less cooked food, less all that. Like you are what you eat, and I used to look more like a poofy slice of bread, like, and now I don't. I am more colorful, even though I'm pale from the winter, but you guys, I really encourage you to try and see what happens to you, because you're going to be just astounded at how you heal and what that looks like in your body. We are trained to see health and see that as attractive, so you're going to look more attractive the healthier you are, and you're going to feel great, and you're going to just notice a lot of these same differences I did, and a lot of different ones, because you may have different issues as well. Like I said, I was almost overweight, but I wasn't technically like diseased or sick. And, I just didn't feel good, and I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something from it. Peace. Have a lovely day.